It is Sunday basically now, July the 20th, 2025. It's been about 17 days since my last updated video, so I just thought I'd check in with everybody and let you know how I'm doing. Updates on everything, because I just saw my doctor on the 17th, Dr. Stephanie at the Vascular Center in Blaine, for an update, just my follow-up at this year consistently every 2 weeks or so. Oh yeah, I wanted to wear this right now, inspire others, because there was some negativity from like one individual that said I was just asking for attention, and that's not my intent when I'm doing this. It's to share a part of me with all the people that I care about on a platform that I can get across to many of you. And that's my only intention, is to share my journey and what I'm going through and what's happening to VU in this whole health journey, if you call it that, right? This is the longest I've ever had to endure something in my 43 years now, because the last video I had was I was 42. So I had my birthday, wonderful time, I think wonderful people at Carboni's, a big mix of coworkers, family friends, family, and longtime friends. A good mix of everybody that cares about me, wanted to just share my special day with me, and thank you to all of you who were there. And I posted that just yesterday, just because I'm focusing on a few other things at the moment. And so as far as the health aspect goes of VU, is I have what you told me on Thursday was, it's called CA MRSA, which stands for Community Associated MRSA. You can look up what MRSA, because I cannot pronounce it in medical terminology and verbiage and wordage. So it's there. There's videos, there's lots of documents, there's lots of YouTube things out there. Mayo Clinic obviously has information about it. The gist of it is, and I'll read it so that I understand it and comprehend and can share with all my friends and family. So CA-MRSA is a type of bacteria that is resistant to many antibiotics. Duh, because now I'm on my 6th one. Making it difficult to treat. Treatment typically involves draining the infection site and may require specific antibiotics that are effective against MRSA. Another article said it is the superbug that won't ever go away. I hope not. And the interesting fact is that it impacts people that are healthy individuals who do not have any chronic illnesses or prior medical interventions, and have had no prior hospital or healthcare facility contact. So just reading that, kind of, wow, that's exactly, I had no contact at a hospital or healthcare facility. I've always been healthy for the most part up until now, and it impacts anybody. So my intention with this again is to share what I'm going through and letting people know. It sucks, but I'm going through the motions. There's days I wake up crying. There's days I want to just lay in bed and not leave. There's days that I want to do the things I want to do, i.e. swim and jog and bike and lift weights and soak in a hot tub, but I can't do any of the above for any time soon. And that might be my summer. It's going to be, the next time I see her is July 30th. to reevaluate and see how things are going. And antibiotic wise, I'm on amoxicillin, 125 milligram tablets. I have 28 of those. I have to take that twice a day with a meal for 14 days. And then she added to it minocycline, minocycline, 100 milligrams, 28 capsules. Take 1 capsule by month daily with food. More antibiotics. So now I know why when I read about CA MRSA. I am following those instructions and just trying to take it easy and go along with my day. My aunt Anne Marie in California had called me and told me that when she had a staph infection, she was hospitalized for multiple days on bed rest with an IV drip, and it was really bad for her. I just, so she shared her story with me, and I'm just thank God that I didn't have to go through that. And obviously it's going to be a long healing process. As much as I want to do those things I want to do, I can't. And I've kind of just accepted the fact of that this might be my summer where I just kind of mend this staph infection and the boil infection and follow Dr. Stephanie's recommendations. And so I wanted to share that. I want to put this out there because, if anything ever happened to me, people know how I am. And I hope that I show my genuine, true self with these videos. I'm not a fake, phony person. I've always tried to be an open book, like the Jessica Simpson book I'm reading right now, by the pop star Jessica Simpson. Right here. This is what I'm reading. Jessica Simpson's open book. She's making her musical comeback. She was on American Idol performing music from her new EP. The second part is coming out soon. So this has been a really inspirational book, really, to be honest. So it's a good read. So I've been enjoying that. I'm not plugging products. I'm just saying what I like. And one of the things that I don't know if people know is when I was looking at colleges, I was for a while inspired about like broadcast journalism or mass communications, and thinking about like talk show where you're talking about people, learning about each other, sharing information and knowledge, and just expanding who you are and sharing the joy of yourself with others. And that's why I love Kelly Clarkson and her talk show, and I love her, as everyone knows. So when I was going to St. Cloud State, they have a good mass communications and journalism program, and so I was, kind of exploring that, but I don't know why I didn't continue with that. Because like I saw Oprah Winfrey and Ellen DeGeneres and Jay Leno, Kathy Lee, and Regis Philbin, some really good talk show content. And like as of recent, like Kelly Clarkson, there's Sherry Shepherd, Jennifer Hudson, there's Andy Cooper, Andy Cohen, just like really good people out there. And now like Jason Matheson, proud gay journalist, has his own talk show. During the pandemic, I was inspired by that mindset again and did YouTube videos to share just like what was on my mind, what was bothering me, topics, and sharing a part of myself with everybody. And I feel that that's important for me to get off my chest. It helps me with some self-therapy. I have a wonderful therapist, Ashley. She's seen my videos and said that's very encouraging, and it's making yourself vulnerable for people out there to learn more about the person and not the photos, because you can always post everything you want, your life in photos, and just make it seem glamorous. But like, what I get from this is I share myself with people. I put myself out there. I get myself, I'm portraying myself in a vulnerable state, sharing everything in a healthy way, and letting people know what's on my mind, what's going on. And it makes me feel that I'm getting things off my chest. So that's a big part of this. So again, just my hat, inspire others. And that's what I want to do. This is my health journey. It's been since May. I didn't get to jog in the 5K for Pride. I can't swim, can't be in a hot tub, can't jog, I can't bike, I can't hike, none of the above. But I guess I've just come to terms with that. Yes, I'll be waking up in the morning crying about it and beating myself up because I've always tried to be a strong person. And through this whole time, I've just been like, I feel weak and I feel like I can't do much. It's been hard. As a person who's always trying to be like on the go, but when I learned that I had this, not one, but 2 infections now, just like it has changed my whole life in a 360, that I can't do anything I want to do. And it sucks. And it just has really, stopped me from doing the stuff I want to do. And again, that has made me feel like almost like I'm defeated in a way, because I can't enjoy the things I want to do. This was the first year I ever missed Pride, Twin Cities Pride. The parade, the park, everything, because it was too hot. The prescription I was on, Doxy, causes heat sensitivity. And if I was out there, I would have been miserable trying to walk around. I wouldn't have been able to join anything. And as much as I wanted to, I stayed homebodied for Pride this year. And that just really had me feel like, wow, this sucks. I can't do anything. Like, I felt like I was in the most like polite terms, I felt like I was just like, I had a disability or something. I couldn't do anything, and it made me feel so unlike myself, who is always on the go and wants to be everywhere and see everybody. But I couldn't this year. So sorry. I can't sleep, and this is kind of like what's racking my mind right now. So I appreciate anybody who's watching. Again, it's not for sympathy, it's for Vu expressing himself and sharing my journey and path right now, that what I'm going through really sucks. It's not easy for me. I'm just trying my best to enjoy the summer in the ways that I can, in the capacity that I can, and I can't please everybody. Sorry. And then one of the things that my aunt had told me was to stay away from stressful situations, and I don't know what's going on this summer, but there was the whole Thomas situation where he ghosted me when I was supposed to see him in Duluth, and he all of a sudden canceled our trip because he couldn't see me with another man, basically, is what he told me. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, just a few days ago, he messaged me and said, "I'm sorry for ghosting you, and this is how I handle things." Even though I already had taken the days off from Fleet Farm, I'm part-time, I don't have benefits, I don't have vacation hours, so I took 4 days off to come see him in Duluth. He picked the dates, I took the days off, he bought the bus ticket for Jefferson Lines. It goes from downtown Minneapolis all the way to Kirby Puckett Plaza in Duluth at UMD campus. And I was super excited to see him get away from Minnesota or the Twin Cities, even if it's just like 2 hours away. But he couldn't stand the fact that I was hanging out with another guy, maybe 2 guys that day. And he just felt, I don't know, either insecure or jealous or something, one of the above. But I wish he had been more honest with me at the time, because that made me feel some type of way as well. And then all of a sudden he texted me, he's in Minneapolis. And I'm just like, oh shit, do you want to see me? Like, what do you want to do? So he's like, yep, I'm in Minneapolis tonight, which is today. I was at work all day, and then potentially we're meeting for coffee tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes, because I had feelings for Thomas. I just wasn't ready yet, because I didn't want him to feel like a rebound, because I was still, at the time when I met Thomas, I was processing my breakup with Tyrell. So everyone knows Tyrell is in Fargo now, going to school, NDSU. He's Chippewa tribe on Turtle Mountain Reservation, my first Native American partner. That ended not good. And so that was some trauma from the relationship that I was dealing with when I met Thomas. And so I wanted to have Thomas as a friend, maybe a friend that I can date, friends with benefits, if you will. And so I wasn't ready to move forward, but he wanted to, and I was like, I can't. So I'm like, pump the brakes, and that's what he decided to do, not me. And then Tyrell has been trying to get a hold of me and saying, threatening things like, I'm moving back to Minneapolis. I have a job that's going to pay me 6 figures or something ridiculous like that. It's like typical of what he usually says and does. So we'll just have to see if that's actually true. I have feelings for him, and I've said that to him before. I can be your platonic friend, but I would never be romantically involved with you ever again. That's setting healthy boundaries. It's part of therapy with certain people. You need to set your boundaries, and if they break them, then it's not a good connection, whether it be friendship or a relationship that could be romantic. So I've been learning to speak up for myself a lot more because of exes, and speak up for myself and be my own advocate, because that's important. You have one life to live, and you have to be your genuine self and speak up for yourself. That's something that I've learned in my lifetime. So my words of wisdom, sharing with you all again. And then a short-lived relationship with somebody named Jacob, customer at Fleet Farm, saw me a couple times. He recalled a couple transactions I had with him. Saw me on Scruff. We messaged, hit it off online, switched up to numbers, and then we met up for our first date on a Friday. He actually came up to Fleet Farm, picked me up. He lives in the Northeast area. Took me to dinner. Was walking distance, which was nice, and he showed me the Lowry Bridge, the Ferris wheel at Old Betty Dangers, and the river. It was really romantic, so I thought it'd be pretty cool. Took a risk for that. And he had a Pride event at his house, Pride party to celebrate Pride, bonfire and everything. I invited my friends, he had his friends, and even siblings. So it was going good, but I told him again, I wasn't ready for something serious yet. But I think in Jake's mind, he was like going just like 100 miles per hour, where I was like maybe 50 miles per hour. He was super romantic and gentleman. I liked that, but again, I wasn't ready for something that set yet, because I know myself. And if the other person can't accept that, then on my side, it's on them, because I've already communicated my comfort level. He even brought a red velvet cake to my birthday party. Met really amazing people in my life, coworkers, my parents, my niece, my sister, her husband, really important people in my life. And then that night is when he like switched to like Jekyll and Hyde, because I wanted to spend time with Christian, who rented a hotel in Lino Lakes to hang out and be with me that night. And I was with Monica, my best friend of X amount of years. And then my other coworker, Christian, from Fleet Farm. The four of us left Carboni's, hung out. He had a hotel room. We're just hanging out, having a good time, doing karaoke. Had good chats, and that was, you know, just amazing. Just all we did was chill. And then the next day, I tried getting a hold of Jake, and he's just like, "You're supposed to be here." I'm like, "I was with my friends. I'm sorry. Do I need permission from you? We're not even married. You're not my boyfriend. I'm not anyone's possession." And so basically, he just gave me the cold shoulder the whole day. I was trying to head over there because it was the 4th of July, and we had plans like, oh, let's go see the fireworks at probably Stone Arch is what I wanted to do. And Jake just went all cold-shouldered and said, "Have a good day with your friends." And that was pretty much it. I don't want to go into the rest of it because I'm still processing that, but let's just say that he exploded and turned into a monster, which I never expected from him. And he even gotten threatening to me about what I was doing and who I was with. So basically that's done, and I'm fine with that. He showed his true colors within 2 weeks of time. So that is not going to happen with me. And I'm fine being single right now because my main focus is my health, work, family. My niece Kamari just turned 1 on the 16th. My niece Ariella is here from New York for her first summer. She's 7. Caden's 19. I've been helping him with like job interviews and job interviewing skills and how to get a job, things like that. That's my focus is right now. I don't need a man to tell me my self-worth. I'm okay with dating here and there, but that's not going to be my goal this summer or the rest of it anyways. So this is all just like me thinking, processing it, and expressing it to all of you. And again, I need to reiterate because Jacob actually was the one that said, "You're doing this for like some self-validation or like attention and crying on camera." And that was just like really salty and negative of that person to say that for someone who's sharing themselves and being vulnerable. So that's another mark on that person, which I don't care to see again. And if I did, I wouldn't even bother to say hi and go out of my way to reach out to that person because they're negative, have some insecurity about themselves, that they're gaslighting somebody else for something else. It's like basic psychology. If you ask me, I have a psychology minor. So I, with men right now, Jacob, Thomas, Tyrell, and whoever there might be, there's boys everywhere, like Grindr, Tinder, Scruff. Like I have all these notifications on a regular basis. That gets me anxiety, like, or overwhelmed with how many messages there might be, or somebody's on there like that wants to talk to me. I might open it up and chat with a few people, but I might delete some of those too. It's kind of distracting me, and it's sometimes a fun distraction, honestly, as a gay man, and you're feeling flattered, but I already know what I have to offer and bring to the table. But this is what I'm enjoying now, and you all know. So here I have this candle scented right now. It's called Sunlight Mandarin Berry from Fleet Farm. There is my favorite. This is Kelly Clarkson's deluxe edition of Chemistry. So that's just my chill evening here. And anybody that knows that I like purple, I found this really cool, huge, big ass, it's called the Thirst Crusher Tumbler, 40 ounces. I found it in like the like awesome section of Aldi's where there's like aisles that are non-grocery, and it was only $10. I worked at Flea Farm. I work at Flea Farm, and we have those Yetis that are like $50. I'm like, hell no, and we don't even get a discount on Yeti products. So I was so happy that I found this at Aldi's, and it keeps things cold for a really long time. Like I've had ice in here for like maybe since maybe 5 o'clock, and it's still ice. You can hear it. It keeps things cold, and it's got a straw. You just rinse it, and obviously with antibiotics, I need to have lots of fluids, so lots of water, and I have to be constantly eating because now that I'm on 2 separate antibiotics, I have to go to the bathroom a lot more often. So that's not fun, but life can be challenging. But what I learned from my therapist is you can kind of play you can play 2 roles. You can play the victim, or you can be the survivor and continue and strive on with your life, or play the victim and just lay in bed and not do anything or give a shit about whatever's happening to you. And worst case scenario with what I have with this staph infection and the boil is Dr. Stephanie said she's had to send people for emergency surgery for amputation, which means obviously they had to cut their leg off because they didn't follow her instructions. They didn't do her regimen plan, her health plan, anything like that. Keep up with appointments, keep up with all the antibiotic treatments, and avoiding the things that you have to avoid. And so yeah, she's had to send multiple patients to get amputated, which hell no, I will not be there. I'm gonna keep on persevering and going forward. And as much as the antibiotics suck, you gotta take them. I know with this CAMRSA, I'm gonna be on these for a while. And so I've been doing research. I talked to my Uncle Steve in California. You can take, probiotics, or even just as simple as Activia yogurt, and eat that every day, maybe multiple times a day, to kind of offset the antibiotics in your stomach. Because if you don't take care of that, you could also be facing like stomach issues and having to go to the emergency for surgery for that. So I'm just trying to avoid everything and go as safely as I can, as possibly as I can. So that's what I wanted to say. At 43, like, I didn't think I would have this health issue arise. You know, I've had cellulitis, I've had pneumonia, I've had COVID, I've had monkeypox. You know, I've survived all of those things, and I know that this is just one more thing that I know that it's gonna be a sorry. I know it's just gonna be like one more thing for me, but I know that I will strive and I will get better. And I just appreciate all the wonderful people that in my circle that are on my side with me, and fuck the haters and naysayers and negativity and toxicity and people that are out there. I know that I'm blessed with a lot of good people in my life, and that's what I'm going to be cherishing from now until forever. And if anything ever to happen to me, if this ever were to do something damaging, I just want to know that I shared this with people, and to know that I know that I'm a genuine person with an open heart, and have always been an open book since probably my 20s, and not faked who I was or been anybody less than my true, genuine self when I came out of the closet at probably 24. Ever since then, I've been my true, authentic Vu and not gone back to the closet. I'm not going to hide away from anything. I'm going to be myself and portray that to anybody and everybody that I meet. What you see is what you get. I'm not fake. I'm not phony. Never have been. Never will be. And that's who I am. So thank you for watching. I see people are watching right now. I can't sleep, so I'm just again sharing myself. I have to be at work at 8 a.m. tomorrow, but I can't sleep. This thing wakes me up, and I'm tossing and turning, so I think this might be a better, healthier way than just crying in bed. Instead, sharing what I'm going through with all my lovely people that are watching, so thank you. I appreciate all your encouragement, advice, words of wisdom, hugs, love, and nothing else. It's we get one short life, so make the most. And that's what I'm trying to accomplish through all of this health shit since May. You might have to watch the beginning of the video because I'm not going to repeat that. But yeah, again, what I have right now is called Community Associated MRSA. So you'll have to watch the beginning. But I think I'm going to end the video here because I'm going to cry. And I don't like to cry on video because I look like a mess sometimes. But I love you all. Thank you for everything. Whatever you're doing now, your support is showing me your love and encouragement. So, with that, hearts. I can't do both right now, but have a good night. Have a good Sunday. And I hope everybody can get inspired by me with this video, because my hat says inspire others, and that's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Inspire you all. So thank you. I love you all again. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.